Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I just want to start by saying I am honored and excited to be here. I was invited today to share with you my story, which is a unique one, but one that I think really illuminates the contributions by so many people in this room, and I'm excited about it. So it starts when I was about a junior, senior in high school. I was about 4 years into martial arts training. I was working to be a chief martial arts instructor. I was going to run my own academy, and I was really excited about it. And I was working with a company, Mastery Martial Arts. I had a real passion, and I realized that I didn't need a degree to do the job. So I went to my dad, and I said, Dad, you know, I thought about it, and I know it's time to think about college. I'm not going. And so he looked at me, my dad was right here, and he said, yes, you are. I said, no, I really don't want to go, I don't need it. And he said, end of discussion, you're going. So I met with my guidance counselor, and he said, I got this one school for you. It's a little school in Dudley. And so we went out and we toured it, and it's the only school I toured, and it's the only school that I applied to. And so we go into the tour, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to go to college. So we're going through, and I'm seeing all the incredible buildings and hearing all these incredible stories about these amazing resources. And I'm excited, but I'm doing my best to pretend that I'm not. So I got my poker face on, and then at the end of the day, my dad says, Paul, what do you think? And I said, I'm not going to college. But if I do go to college, which I don't want to, I'm only going here. And here I went. In my time at Nichols, I got involved with lots of clubs and activities and had so many great experiences, made lifelong friends, all the amazing things that come along with a college experience. And one of the pieces of advice that I heard early on that I took to heart was to make relationships and connections with staff and faculty, and that's something I really leaned into. And so many of those amazing staff and faculty are in the room today. So first, I'll just take a minute to thank them. Let's give them a round of applause. And one of those professors that I got connected with is Professor Sambrowski, and we worked on some great things together. We originally bonded over our love of bow ties, so we appreciate it. What's that?
You were the first.
I think I might have been. It might have been you. I don't know. But welcome to the club with the bow ties. So it's just an amazing experience. And so my senior year, I was looking for an internship just to graduate, and I said, you know, I'm just going to do a martial arts thing. We'll turn it into an internship. And Professor Zambrowski said, we could do that, yeah. He said, but I got this ice cream thing. He said, you know anything about ice cream? I said, I'm lactose intolerant. So yeah, I'll try it out. So I got connected with Taylor Kerr, who was the student already assigned to the project, who graduated my year as well. And from January to March, April, May, we worked pretty much nonstop of our senior year to do everything. We did the business plan, the financials, so many things for the first time, and it was incredible. We got to take what we were doing in the classroom and apply it for the first time to a real business. And so we, at the end of the project, we went to Mike Frisbee, and we said, here's the plan. And he said, okay, sounds good. So we went to work, and we graduated May 11th. And we had our grand opening, our re-grand opening at Frisbee's Dairy Barn on May 18th, so 7 days later, and it was incredible. It was an amazing summer. We worked hard. We learned so many lessons. We had great guidance from Mike and his team, and it was just incredible. At the end of the summer, Taylor moved on into her career, and I went on into the martial arts and opened that school like I planned to, and loved it, had a great time with it. And fast forward to January 2020, I reached out to some family friends of mine. They wanted to open an ice cream shop. They said, you know what to do? I said, yeah, I know what to do. Let's do it. So I called Mike and I just said, you know, I know you have some used equipment. I'd love to buy it. He said, let me get back to you. I said, okay. So he called me back and he said, I've got the equipment and it's yours if you want it, but I have this other opportunity. I'd love to sell you the business. I said, okay, I'll consider it. So I called my dad and I said, it's crazy, Dad. He wants us to buy the business. We can't do it. It's funny. And he was really quiet on the phone. I said, well, what's going on? He said, let's do it. I said, do what? He said, let's do it. And so we decided to partner up and make it our family business. And so in May 2020, we opened as Frisbee's Dairy Barn under Paul Parks and Paul Parks. So it's been an incredible experience. Since then, we've expanded to 3 locations, and we're partnering up with Mike for a new location in Sturbridge. That'll be our 4th, and we're having fun, and I've done it all. I'm driving the delivery truck, or making ice cream sandwiches, or scooping, but I think what's so powerful about it is it really exemplifies what Nichols is about. It's about taking these things that we learn in the classroom, making these relationships and connections with faculty and staff, and getting the opportunity to actually apply them in the field. And so the theme of the night, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the candle and the metaphor, and it reminded me of a story that I'll leave you with this today. And it's a story about when I was a young kid in church. And it's not a religious story, although my mom was a pastor, so I can't help but channel her just a little bit when I give speech. And so Christmas Eve, we'd be sitting in church, and they'd turn off all the lights, and everybody, when they walk in, would get a candle. And then in the back of the church, with all the lights off, one person would light a match, and they'd light the candle, and that one person would hand it to each person. And then the flame would go out and then hand it to the person next to them, and then from total darkness, the entire room would be lit up with just these candles. And I think that, to me, is the perfect metaphor for tonight and what we're talking about, because that original candle, it never dulled. Well, what happened was that one person decided to make that choice to help someone, to give back, to support, to contribute, like so many of you have done. And so many impacts happen because of that it's hard to keep track. And so I'm so grateful to have had a wonderful experience here on this campus. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak here tonight. And as our president would say, go books, go Bison, and go ice cream.